Hello, this is FG back with EU4 Anbennar. Today we're picking up with the Vanrahar campaign. The last episode we went ahead and hopefully permanently crippled Buvari, so we can later on seize a whole bunch of provinces that we would very dearly like from them. Alright, we want to seize some more land from our estates. Alright, how is the command looking? Ooh, not great. Yanfang has lost some territory. We need to continue expanding so we can meet the command with strength. We need the forts to do this, yeah. Probably build one there. Oh, we should really build one right here, because this is the High Temple. And then potentially one there, and then I guess, like, one down here, perhaps? Who've already spawned on their Sihan's Praxis, which is not too much of a shocker, to be honest. We can actually come here and build Spy Network so we can grab a bunch of claims. Tech-wise, we need to catch up on admin tech. Luckily, we have a pretty solid heir. Our current ruler is actually quite good, because the Years of Separatism is great for us. Alright. Everything is full core, great. Religious would be good, but only for that. Espionage plus offensive is always a really strong starter. And we're behind in admin, so we kind of don't want to take one of those. Plus, the espionage is kind of an S-tier idea set, in my opinion. Because the aggressive expansion, siege, spy network construction, which can translate into sieges. Sieges are kind of one of the most annoying things to deal with in the game. Diplomats, advisor cost. Diplomats are good, advisor cost is great. Spy detection is probably the most whatever. This is also decent, because we can claim entire states with it, which is really solid. Yeah, this is mediocre, but is good if you do piracy. And then vassalization acceptance, just, it's kind of not great. And then spy action costs, whatever, reliable support is terrible. Favor growth is also decent. How long is the truce with them? A long time. Alright. They need to wait to get our manpower back, though. Unfortunately. I actually talked to the middle castes to take out some loans. So I'd kind of like to have these done. And then we'll grab this one. And then we can throw one down in our current capital, but it will not always be our capital, so... What kind of mana do we have? A decent amount. We'll do invisibility. Not espionage, but, illusion is probably going to be the other type of magic that we focus on. Yeah, we're ahead of time, we want that. Alright, that's good. That doesn't change. No, that doesn't change the Viztama. Infantry combat ability, wonderful. Can we spare the mana? No. What's cast fluidity like? Yeah, rigid. We want to keep it rigid. We need a lot of manpower, though. They can have that. Production-wise, I'll go ahead and build production buildings. Do my typical rule of anything over 0.1 ducat. Earlier you build buildings, the better off you are in terms of value, so... Collins, clearing war against Rizbek. Who are they fighting? No one. Actually, I'm gonna drill for a little bit. Alright, we are legendary. Excellent, and then we want to study magic, and we want to do illusion. The reason why we're doing illusion is because we want assimilation program, because culture conversion cost and time are going to be very valuable. Lead the crowds is also fun. Shadow in the night is also fun. Fear and loathing is just nice to troll people with, I guess. Alright. And here, we want to fabricate claims on... we want to do fabricate claim on area. Because we do actually want to probably go ahead of time with that. We obviously want culture conversion cost and time. Do that. But man, we need a lot of manpower. I'd like to get about... fucking asshole dogs. Alright, now we can do a jungle of our own. The jungles of the Ascension Peninsula have been our home since the earliest beginnings. It stands to reason that it should remain ours and undisputably ours. Any invader will be met by a jungle up in arms, as they would have had they disturbed an anthill. Alright, how much does that increase our manpower? 36,420. It's a little bit. Every little bit helps. I won't click that just yet, because we're still waiting for separatism in at least a few of these places. Alright. Religiously, they are Suhan's Praxis, which kind of sucks. Yeah, no one gets to have the, what's it called, the synthetic truth origin. Alright, truce with them, 1506, so a decade. It really sucks. If anyone in Bulwar ever does a big war against Sokka, I will 100% be jumping on them to try and grab some provinces away from them. How much do we need? 33. What kind of claims do we have? Claims on the Deniraj. To grab those provinces. What do they actually have? We could grab that. Are they attacking or being attacked? Okay, and all of these need 6 development. And that would give us... Okay. Alright, good. Here we want to build a spy network. No. I like my manpower way too much to do that. Yeah, we can do that though. And hit the button. Excellent. Taxation-wise, good buildings. 25 admin power is good. We want to seize more land. We can go ahead and declare right here. No, we don't want to do that. Or not. Okay, we can wait for that. I did a crush the praxis on the, that would get rid of my truce with them, which would allow me to go fight them sooner. So, I would really love for my lovely, lovely allies to deal with them. And in terms of what I want, I kind of want all of this. Seems fine with me. Give me a bigger border with Zaka, which sucks, but... gonna have to deal with Zaka sooner or later, so we might as well take as much territory as possible, so... we don't have to fight them later. Or we can have more strength when we fight them later. Alright. As far as these guys, I just want to white peace them. That brings our truce timer way down, which is excellent. We can pour that up. We're starting to reach the point where we're kind of out of nations to care too much where we expand. So... truce with them is up in 506. Truce with them is up in... that cuts 3 years off the truce. If I built, like, 2 more, they'd probably accept that. Nope. We can go ahead and improve allies, and then outraged countries. As far as the Deni Rajnahaga would no longer join. Colin would. I really like these guys. They're being very helpful. The command. Who hates them? Oh, a lot of people, actually. The Deni Raj. Oh. Man didn't actually take anything from them. Okay. Do want to actually come here and fabricate claims, actually, on Abuvia. Avabia. I'm just gonna call him Abuvia. Some of these names I just pronounce my own way, and then I get the way I pronounce it stuck in my head as the correct way to pronounce it. Many years of separatism on this? Several. Okay. Morale of armies, excellent. Caught up on technology, hooray! Command is unfortunately on the same level as we are. There's a grant captain. Morale of armies is good. Returning scholars. Take that. Because aggressive expansion is excellent. Alright. Want these guys. Get claims on Abuvia itself. They will be annoying to deal with because they're going to have some degree of unwillingness to accept because they have that. Can I get Pukolin to... Surely I could. Take that off. Alright, infantry combat ability, let's go. Reaches up in 3 years. That would get Pukolin out of the war, which is a pretty large amount of troops, actually. Fronts are starting to close in with the command, though. Luckily, we have Rajnahaga, who they will hopefully focus on rather than us. I don't want to wait the 3 years. If I fought them, that would be... Okay. I'll wait the 3 years to fight them. That's cursed. That's mega cursed. Alright. 2 more years, then we can fight. Sorry. Bunch more years there. Only a few here. I do not care about the Beyond Fong Alliance. They would have to go all the way through there. Sure. Well, this does give us a chance to actually get to our manpower so we can do that mission. We can go ahead and put a spy network here. I'll take the prestige. Pay off that loan. Alright, okay, so for this, it would be exclusive. I'll wait. Sure, Bimlo. Truce with them is 506. Correct. Yeah, found that. For the extra missionary strength. Ooh, that's really good. I don't want to take siege ability, even though it's very nice. Alright, grant exclusive war authority. Local caste regimentation. Strict command positions. Local caste regimentation. We are strong, but we can be stronger. We need more strong arms, more sharp claws, and more vicious roars. An expansion of the warrior caste is in order for us to be truly respected. Grant. Okay, that's pretty good. Extra or core creation cost, which is the same as the Haramari. We will have very strong armies, though. We will go for Shriyama. Do that. Okay, this is a siege general. Didn't mean to click statistics. Alright, cavalry can come here. By cavalry, I obviously just mean armory that run fast. No, we don't have enough money to pay a loan off. All of these areas have a ton of military development now. Yeah, we'll take the admin. Military tech cost. We do want military tech. Do that. No, don't take that. I'll take the armed tradition. These guys want that province. Alright, Bianfang is getting fucked by the command. Obviously, I'll take that. State magical thesis. We cannot... Nope. Can't study magic anymore. Do this one. Alright. Let's go with the admin capacity. Or governing capacity and admin efficiency. Alright, so for them, I want that, I want money, I want more reps. Then we do that. ships together. We don't need that fort. Probably should have done that. It's fine though. Yeah, we have. And then our cavalry plus a couple of infantry can go do their thing. Alright, so let's get together and go march to nowhere. Alright, what can we take? Mermaid shields. Bottomless bags. Excellent. Can't concentrate there. Missionary strength. This is full core. Yeah, yearly corruption's good. Hey, that's good. Like the least bad event I could get. For being overextended. The Rahen Raj? Need to check if that's like actually the tag. Let's do this one. Pitchka's the one. Yes, Pitchka. Do I end this? Alright. You know what? We can actually throw down a full core here, so that way we can get that up. Air. Yeah, worth spending the money on. Agenda of the diet, Zaka. Fire our Diplo advisor. Solved itself. Okay, so all these need 6 production and then a school, which they all have some of it. Guard development here. Alright. The floating cities are some of the richest in Rahen. This area is one of the places with the most intensive cohabitation of Haramari and human. We must take this area, as it will serve as an example for the rest of Rahen and our Haramari brethren how a caste system is supposed to be structured. Alright, so we can... Okay, it's all of these provinces. then here we can... that one into Inner Rahen. Inner Rahen is the heart of the Haram Raj, where the first great Harmari palaces were built. Taking this land will send a message to the rest of Rahen. A new time has come. Alright, so that. Right. Where's this? Alright. Get it over there. Let's be out this way. Okay, we will stick over there. Conversions are getting done. Ooh, the command is very large. Oh yeah, Null causes the Zaz. So if I was to declare war on them... not out of claim. If I was to declare war on them... did I ever ask for Colin? I did not ask for Colin to break an alliance. I was to declare war on Zaka. We have Miltech advantage on them, but I'm not sure that's gonna be enough. It's 217 for all of their provinces. That's 40, 56. Okay, I think I'd be able to take those provinces. Push the Praxis. Okay. I would like to build a not a temple, but a Where's this? Alright. Be really nice if we could remove some of these religious zeals, because otherwise we will never be able to finish this. Royal Library of Gundagar. Yeah, tech cost 7. Alright. Yeah, that's good. Alright, in terms of what I want to take all of those provinces. That. Okay, thank God. What's this? Alright, so for them, I would like to do this. I really can't afford to just be sitting here. I gotta go fight them so they don't siege that. That off, I can take that off as well. A ring of power. Everything will become Primal Haramari. Army career, yeah. New growth. Where is this? Okay. Yeah, sure, we'll take an extra 2 development. Fortunately, we will be taking some Suhan's Praxis provinces, but not a huge amount we can do about it. Alright, we come here and do this. And then we are doing Thought Weave. Okay. Alright, Semprong is willing to take a peace deal. Have fun sieging down my jungle provinces, you bastards. Width is 25, so let's go 1, 2, 3. Then Riders and Olverans. Alright. Okay, they are willing to peace out. Man, that would be a pain in the ass to go deal with. What's this one? Peru. Okay. Hey, buddy. Ask for military access. Alright, now I need to build a bunch of barracks, I believe. Right. Barracks is 1, 2, 3. Alright. Inquisitor is dead. Alright, that sucks. Let's do summon familiars to help work on our advancement. 2,000 manpower. Usually would never do that. I want to actually put a spy network, and to assist with that, I'm even going so far as to do his ability. It's like, this is what I really want. Just grab my claims. Take that. Increase our siege ability. Yeah, we can do that. Lawful liberation. Do that. Maybe doing that will help. Where's that? Etria. Alright. Is... Where is that? Impoverished Isle. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to grab some adventurers to deal with that. Let me see how much I can get if I... Okay, never mind, I do not care. Alright, can I ally anyone who would... Rotstetta... I guess... Managed to demonsterize, that's pretty cool. Okay, we need to develop something, so we're gonna come here and we're gonna do that. Dig training pits. Curiosity and Prabhi. Why am I not a powerful mage yet? As much land as we can possibly get for the crown. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of dames tier. Should have done that a while ago. We will also need to move our capital to Deni Chansar. Excellent core. Alright, silk is very good as well. Alright, we get our stats back. The Jungle Paradise. Yeah, we'll take this one. And we will also move the capital. Where is this? Over here. Rural infrastructure. Yeah, we'll do us all. We'll go ahead and do that, and then get that. And we can also no, we want I guess we can upgrade this. Alright. We currently have 600 development. It's pretty good. Go ahead and throw advancement efforts at those. We want us to expand port infrastructure, that's fine. How long till these are done with? 35, 33, 36, 34, 32, and then 26, okay. So I guess that goes. Hey, Bimlau. Still Royal Harmari. Excellent. Right. Where's my cannons? We can send our cannons over this way. That way. Not currently constructing something. Okay. With the expansion of the warrior caste, we need additional facilities to keep the skills of our troops well honed. New training pits and even the most remote villages will allow us to pull well-trained warriors from all over our country. Alright. The lowest castes are those of humans and other weaker races. Along the Dabasa and elsewhere in Rahen, this division has started to weaken. Now we control great quantities of the human populace again. We must make clear what the place of the lower classes are to serve the higher classes. Alright, so we get all of the troops back together. Building some regimental camps. And we can go ahead and convert all of those over. Looks like the centers of reformation have gone away, which is excellent. Okay. Now, High Temple Archaeology. Alright. Nonetheless, the prop piece sped the materials off to the smithy. Enchantment. Oh. Come here, my pretties. Alright. The true Raj. We have always been loyal to the Harem Raj, the greatest surviving Haramari state, but that means we could no longer tolerate an unworthy Raja leading it to ruins. We have proven our worthiness, for we have the right of tooth and claw, the right of might. None can contest our claim to the Lotus Throne. As the true Raj, the third Harem Raj. Petty succession disputes won't break us like the first Harem Raj, nor shall we grow decadent and lazy like the second Harem Raj. Our strength is ironclad and enduring, and so long as that might remains, we shall not fall. If we weaken like our cousins, then we are already doomed. Kay the First sits upon the Lotus Throne, the seat of power in the Harem Raj. He feels uncomfortable with all the finery they wear and the luxury around them. A simpler environment would be much preferred. Still, this is the traditional way of ruling. This is how Haramar himself ruled, and it would be disrespectful to rule in any other way. But just because they had to rule in luxury didn't mean they had to act like the decadent Rajas of the second Harem Raj. There wouldn't be compromises nor pardons for treason. If he did not ask for permission, then he would not receive forgiveness. It was the Raja's duty to rule in a way that reminded the subjects what a true monarch looked like. Not serene and aloof like a royal Haramari, but a cold and hard-faced symbol of strength, unflinching and unflappable. The robes and the throne may be the same, but the Raja that sits thereon is most certainly not. Alright, so we get Prestige Decay and Yearly Legitimacy. That is a mission where it's dependent upon which nation you form Vanrahar as. If you do it as these guys or as them, you get different bonuses, which is always cool. Ideally, we'd kind of like to kick them out of Rahen. successfully managed to siege a bunch of stuff. Alright, where is this? Right here, okay. Okay, suppress Sahan's converts. It's 12,000 versus more, but they're mercenaries, so we do not care that they take a bunch of casualties. There. Here. That's a pretty good error. No, we do not care about that. Here. This north. Yeah, we are the ones sieging this. And we have cannons. Here. Okay. Once we siege their capital, they should surrender. I will keep fighting for money, though. Because I would love 1,000 ducats. That would also help me embrace the institution. Okay. War continues to go very well. We have not fought a single battle. Of course, our mercenaries can deal with that, which is excellent. Okay, we're just a little bit off. Should be able to get it with no problem. Alright, that should be enough. And then we can move all of the troops back. Unlawful liberation. Do not care one iota. Alright, there we are. We have embraced the institution, which is excellent. Not actually want to try and... what's it called? Oh, they managed to hold off. I would really, really love a, Inquisitor. Just saying. Just saying. Alright. These guys can get there. Yeah, they can sit here. These. I would very much like a Inquisitor. Alright. Please just give me a Inquisitor. Alright. Also take these off. Where's that conversion going on? Right here. See, that was not that hard. Game. National unrest. Let's do governing capacity is good for us. Okay. Yearly over. Missionary strength is already down. The substance. Something strong and sturdy. Alright. Capital has a mage tower. We can do that, and then we want to... Can't study magic. We can do enthrallment though. For jam. So that way we can get our lovely artifact. Aww. Regimental camp or conscription center. How many do we need for that? 15. God damn. But obviously we will take military tech. Alliance-wise. Combat Toleni. That's a lot of manpower. Okay. So combat width is 27. Let's do 26 to 6. And then we want 26 to 6. And that'll be 500 ducats. Okay, we can wait to get that. Let me go ahead and collect from here as well for like 13 ducats. Alrighty. Orcish minister, sure, whatever. Alright, next is over there. What number great power are we? Number 3. We have less than half the development of the command. What's this require? Is manpower less than 2? Right. And the last thing we are going to do this episode, we gotta do that. So hypothetically, if we were to declare a coalition war, do that. Probably want to wait a little bit more. Alright. Punish the rebels. The Raj was put to shame by humans rising up. The Buvari are a stain on our Haramari pride. We shall put them back in their place, shatter their resistance, and demolish their stronghold. The world will know that we don't tolerate such behavior. Suryama Burns, one of the greatest cities in Hellas, perhaps even in all of Halan, has been reduced to a shadow over just a few short months. After capturing the city of rebels and slaves, none have been spared the wrath of the southern Haramraj. For weeks, everything valuable was seized, and any traitorous dog lingering in the city was killed. When the Raja of Vanrahar finally felt it was enough, the order was given to cease, commencing the next phase of the destruction of Buvari's legacy. A great convoy of Haramari settlers entered the ruins for Yama, their needs easily covered by loot from the city. After all, even though it was home to traitorous rats, no accidents for Yama became successful. The Karyana and Dinbasa rivers confluence around the city to dominate from sea to upriver markets. It shall do so again, but this time the city will not support fickle humans but a loyal Haramari community. When Sriyama inevitably rebounds thanks to its important trade, it will stand as a great city to Haramari excellence. They died on their feet, yet they all died the same. Alright, so we can now do a couple more regimental camps. We probably need at least one government building. Yes, these are all super cheap to convert, so we will go ahead and do that. Where else could we culture convert? That's good. Want to convert that one to... we can do this one as well. Everyone wants to be a Haramari. Could we do this? I would have... I can develop this a little bit. Alright. Looking good. And we can build a little bit more regimental camps. Alright, I think that is where I'm going to end this episode, though. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and have a good day.